It is Friday. We're doing it. CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for logging on. We appreciate you hanging out with us and getting up to date. Just 10 minutes. We'll bring you up to date on all you need to know about the news, the weather, and somehow we find a little time for nonsense. So we all need a little more nonsense in our lives, don't we? How about the weather for today? It is going to be hot again, but less hot. You're welcome. High temperature. Are we going to get to 90? Are we not? It's going to be exciting. Yeah. I'm going to be sitting on the CBS Minnesota weather app all day. Did we do it? Or just use your car thermometer. That is the most reliable weather instrument, right, Mike?
I sit on my phone and check the weather check the temperature every hour when I've got a little bit of a dicey forecast, which today is 89 versus 90. For the record, I am going 90. Right. But I'll be looking.
It'll be close, right?
Yeah.
And does it matter? No.
No.
But if it's 90, it's part of the heat wave. Mm-hmm. And we love that. So this weekend, it's still going to be hot, but sub 90 and less humid. So, enjoy it. Try to spend some time outside with the sunscreen and all of that. And perhaps what you'll be doing is going to a grad party or two, right? It is graduation party season. All of those parties that we didn't have over the last year because of COVID are back. And when I think of a grad party, I think of two food items. One, pulled pork, right? Doesn't everyone have? It's mandatory. You need to have pulled pork. Two, sweet corn. A lot of people have corn. And so our question comes from Mike, who sent this. Is it fair to call this a meme? It's sort of meme-like.
Oh, we just flat out stole this, didn't we, from our former sister station, 102.9 The Wolf. I got it off their Facebook page. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so Mike saw this on Facebook, and their logo's right there in the middle. Yep. So there you go. All right, how do you eat corn? Are you a typewriter? Are you an up and down? Do you cut it off the cob? Or random?
Is C a real thing or a joke?
I've never seen a random corn eater. Ron, how do you eat corn?
I'm a typewriter.
Typewriter.
Also a typewriter.
Mike's a typewriter. I am a typewriter. Yep. Also, wow. 3 type A's in here for sure. So let us know, how do you eat corn? Are you like a Don Shelby type corn eater?
What is that?
Our former anchor. Don would eat in the typewriter fashion, but rapidly. So there would be corn shrapnel everywhere. Everywhere. He used to do that at the state fair. So anyway, leave your comments. Just have a little fun. It's Friday, and I bet you have nothing left to say about hot weather. So we decided to not ask you about that today. We are heading into the weekend and seeing signs that life is returning to sort of normal, right? Minnesota Orchestra is performing in front of a live audience tonight. That's the first time since before the pandemic. And this is, Mike's going to be standing by to see if we hit 90. I'll be standing by to see if the state fair is happening. The Minnesota State Fair Board, the kind of nonprofit that runs the fair, they will be meeting today to talk about what the plan is. So will the fair go on as normal? They did sort of a mini state fair around Memorial Day weekend, which had 10,000 people on the fairgrounds for sessions, limited sessions. So will they have time tickets, or will it just be, hey, fair's back? I predict fair will be back fully normal. We'll see. That news will be coming this morning, so stick around here on CBSN Minnesota, Facebook, Twitter. We'll keep you updated. Heatwave over the last week closed down a bunch of restaurants. Petite Leon had to shutter down because their air conditioning wasn't working. It was more than 100 degrees in the kitchen. We visited Nixta, Gustavo Romero's place in northeast Minneapolis, which is so good. They make incredible tortillas and have takeout meals for families that are just straight up killer. But they had to be closed down for a couple of days because their air conditioning was being fixed. It went out last Saturday. They've been working on it, and they fixed it. But by the time Aaron Hassanzadeh showed up, it was only down to 92 in the kitchen. They brought in these portable AC units, which helped a little bit, but not quite enough.
It's really hard to have people to work in these conditions. Most kitchens are hot, but at least you have a little bit of circulation air right now. When Earlier in the past couple of days, it was really bad.
It was
It was
hotter
just
than
static.
this.
Yeah, way hotter than this.
Yeah, a lot of places were closing early because just overnight it never got cool, so nothing was cooling down in the overnight hours. Supply chain has been a challenge as well. A lot of the stuff that the pros need to fix or replace AC units have been hard to find and slow to arrive. This is one of the best ways for kids to get around in the summertime, right? Don't you remember, like, being a youngster and you're on the bike nonstop, visiting friends in other neighborhoods, maybe just getting some exercise, learning to ride. More than 240 bikes and bike helmets arriving at the Minneapolis Park Board office. This is a great partnership that the Park Board has done with Free Bikes for Kids and Allina Health for a long time. So these are sort of bikes that are used, they get donated, and now they're available to any kid through programs at the Minneapolis parks this summer.
By donating these bikes, we're making sure that all kids have the opportunity to be healthy and active, and it's fun.
It is fun. Yeah, look at Freddie getting a little test drive in yesterday on a new bike. Said it feels good. Teddy nailing it. Nice work, nice helmet, ready to rock. If you have a bike you're not using, WCCO.com/links. Pack up the tackle box. Get your worms. Get your what all kind of bait are you using with your kids? Worms probably the obvious one. Maybe you got your leeches. You got your I don't know anything about fishing. Minnows, I guess. Yeah. Oh, the wax worms. Yeah. Sometimes I'll use a wax worm. My luck fishing is miserable. But kids love it. It's really fun for the kids, and this weekend DNR has a program called Take Your Kid Fishing. Kids 15 and under never need a license, but mom and dad or guardian or a friend does need a license, but not this week. This weekend, you can just take the kids out, so enjoy it. New list. I love lists. I love to see sort of a nonsense list that some company makes up, so I say their name on the news. Those are my favorites. And then we say, hey, we're number 1, or we're number 4, or we're in the top 10, or we're in the top 30. And here's a list from The Economist. That's a magazine based in London. And they do a global livability index because I don't know if you're like me, when you're thinking, where am I going to live? You open up The Economist and say, I would like a place that's livable. Let's check the livability index. We made it. We made the list, the Twin Cities. Look at this. They rank it based on stability, healthcare, education, culture, and the environment. Minneapolis moving up 19 spots. Oh, baby. 36. Look at the most livable city. Auckland, New Zealand, number 2. Osaka, Japan, very livable unless you have COVID. The highest ranked American city was Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh, Honolulu. Well, if that's number 1, I guess we got to move. Ron, Mike, we got to pack it up. Go to the most livable city.
Sold.
Least livable city of the 140 they ranked, Damascus, Syria. I suppose it would be funny if we ranked the least livable cities like in Minnesota.
Oh, that is asking for trouble, Jason.
Right? What's the least livable city in Minnesota?
None. You know that.
No, how could you pick one? You know what the least livable city is? It's probably in Wisconsin or Iowa. All right, Stephen Colbert. You want real comedy, you go to Colbert, not this, although this broadcast is sort of a joke. Stephen Colbert is moving from a storage closet back to the big main stage.
So that's it. Monday, we finally go back to the Ed Sullivan Theater, which means this is the series finale of what, for the past 15 months, I've been calling a late show.
Can I just say thank goodness? Like, I love Stephen Colbert, and I have not enjoyed a year of broadcasts with like 4 people laughing in the background. Like, you miss the energy of the studio audience and Colbert like running in and having fun, and I want to bring the fun back to these late night shows. It's been 15 months. Jon Stewart is going to be his first guest. Monday is the night. Live, fully vaccinated audience. Her will be the musical guest, and probably some surprises, but Monday night, looking forward to that. From Broadway, the big screen, the film adaptation of the Tony Award-winning musical In the Heights opens today.
The streets were made of music. I am Usnavi, and you probably never heard my name. Reports of my fame are greatly exaggerated. Morning, Usnavi.
Right? Like, doesn't it sounds like Hamilton. It sounds like, what's the Disney movie that he did the music for? The animated movie. Why am I blanking on this? Somebody's going to say it in the comments. All of it, it's kind of a similar cadence. So this movie, In the Heights, was supposed to come out last year. In the Heights, I've seen it. I think I saw it on Hennepin as part of Hennepin Theater Trust show. Brought it to town, the Broadway series. Great show. Really, really fun. It was delayed because of the pandemic, though. And the reviews are very good of In the Heights. Some surveys coming out saying it's going to be the first time a lot of people go back to the movie theater. Streaming on HBO Max. Rusty Gatenby gave it 3.5 stars. Moana is the movie I was thinking of. Moana. So good deal. Boy, great weekend to go to the theater, right? Get a little of that high-quality AC. But to watch a musical from Lin-Manuel Miranda with all of the surround sound and the big screen should be fun. I would like to note, if you look at the screen here, like, how ridiculous does this look? Like, this is a legitimate news program, and what it says here is, how do you eat your corn? That's what we're asking. How do you eat corn? Have we hit rock bottom in the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update? Answer, no. Not even close.
It goes lower.
Not even close. All right, how do people eat corn? Linda, typewriter and lots of butter. Yep, good answer, Linda. I like your style. Hannah Doyle, usually typewriter, but interesting, when you're around people, you cut it. Spray butter, Hannah. Now, I like to take the stick of butter and do the old rotate move. You know, you spin it. And then salt. I also like salt on my corn. Thanks, Hannah. Heather Westby. Your kiddos are random. Yeah, that does make sense. Kids eat corn in very unusual ways. Do you guys use corn, like the little corn holders? You know, you stick them in the ends?
When I was a kid, my parents had those.
Mine did too. And were yours corn shaped?
Absolutely.
Which is sort of weird, isn't it?
It's a little meta.
It is a little meta. Yeah, it's sort of cannibalistic in a way. I don't know. You have to think in a corn way. A typewriter for Diana, dripping with butter. Yeah, that's right, Diana. We should have, like, all of our CBSN Minnesota Morning Update viewers record videos of them eating corn and just edit it together in slow-mo with, like, just very inappropriate, sensual music. Paul Crutchin cuts it off. Doesn't want it stuck between his teeth at a group gathering. I understand that, Paul. Nobody wants, like, an errant kernel between, like, 13 and 14. Like when you're in the dentist's office and they're counting your teeth. We got a watch on 13A. All right, thanks, Paul. A lot of typewriters. Yeah, Cindy, you can't leave a kernel behind, right? You got to clean off each kernel of corn.
No kernel left behind,
No.
I think was policy of the White House
I believe it was.
a few presidents ago.
Yeah, back when I was in the military, that's what they told us.
Yep.
We will leave no kernel behind. Becca, typewriter. Very good. Thanks, Becca. I'm glad everyone knows what a typewriter is.
Old Bay is a master stroke.
Kevin, brilliant. I'm doing that. Kevin, you've inspired me. I'm doing it this weekend. I've got Old Bay at home, of course. Old Bay, underrated. Underrated, don't you think? I do.
I do.
Mike, thanks for hanging out.
I can't believe my mic was on this whole time. That's awesome. Do we do this for Riley?
Riley's usually eating breakfast
Corn?
Riley does bring about a 3-course breakfast to work. It's aggressive. But, you know, this may be his only meal of the day. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
He is svelte.
He's up. He is very svelte. Me? No. Butter is a key part of my diet. Thanks, everybody. Ron, thank you. Great job. Everybody in the control room, thank you all. Nice work. Have a good weekend. We'll be back Monday. Maybe. I don't know.